Most students panic when a process diagram shows up. I'm going to show you why it might be the easiest band-aid on the whole test. I'm Lee from IELTS Master. Let's write one together. Here's our task, a diagram showing how paper is recycled. No graph, no numbers, just stages. And that's good news. Your job is the same as always. Summarize the main features and write at least 150 words. But with a process, there's nothing to misread. You just have to describe the steps accurately. So let's analyze. Where does the process start and where does it end? It begins with collecting used paper and ends with packaging new paper for sale. How many stages? 7. Is it a cycle or linear? It's linear. What comes out, new paper, is different from what went in, so the two ends don't join up. And can we split it into 2 parts? Easily, the first 4 stages prepare the old paper, and the last 3 turn it back into new paper. That gives us our plan, and yes, still 4 paragraphs. An introduction that paraphrases the task. An overview for a process. That means saying it's linear, how many stages there are, and where it starts and ends. Then body 1 for stages 1 to 4, and body 2 for stages 5 to 7. Simple, logical, easy to organize. Let's write the introduction, 1 sentence, paraphrased. The diagram illustrates the various stages involved in the recycling of paper, from the initial collection of used paper through to the packaging of the finished product. Notice how paper is recycled became the various stages involved in the recycling of paper. Our own words straight away. Now the overview. For a process, there are no figures to leave out, but you do state the shape of the whole thing. Overall, it is clear that recycling paper is a linear process made up of 7 distinct stages, beginning when waste paper is gathered and ending with new paper being rolled and packaged for sale. Broadly, the procedure can be divided into 2 phases, one in which the used paper is prepared and a second in which it is turned back into usable paper. That tells the examiner you've understood the whole process at a glance. Body 1. The first phase, stages 1 to 4. At the first stage, used paper is collected from homes and businesses and transported to a recycling facility. It is then sorted according to grade, and any non-paper materials are removed. Once this has been done, the paper is shredded into small fragments, after which it is mixed with water and chemicals to create a wet pulp. Listen to the verbs. Is collected, is sorted, are removed, is shredded. All passive. Body 2, the second phase, stages 5 to 7. In the second phase, this pulp is thoroughly cleaned and the ink is removed. The clean mixture is subsequently pressed between large rollers and dried to form continuous sheets of paper. Finally, these sheets are wound into rolls and packaged, at which point the recycled paper is ready to be distributed and sold. And notice the sequencers carrying us through. Once this has been done, subsequently, finally. So why is this a Band-Aid answer? 2 things, mainly. First, the voice. A man-made process is described in the present simple passive. The paper is shredded, the ink is removed, and we keep that going from start to finish. Second, the sequencers, at the first stage then, after which, subsequently, finally, which link the steps without sounding mechanical. There are no numbers to get wrong, no data to misjudge. Describe the stages accurately, in order, in the passive, and the marks are yours. So here's the method for any process diagram. Analyze it. Start, end, number of stages, linear or cycle. 4 paragraphs as always. In the overview, describe the shape of the whole process. Then walk through the stages in order, in the passive, grouped into 2 phases. No data, no opinions, just a clear, accurate sequence. That really can be the easiest Band-Aid you'll write. If that changed how you feel about process diagrams, subscribe. We're working through every Task 1 type. Tell me which one you'd like next in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next lesson.